what's up, Brian? I just finished up your Watto's Junkyard and Lightsaber's Ventress saber. And this is a really nice saber. I've done a few of these. I had actually got a majority of this done this morning. Reached out to you for your sound fonts. You sent me the fonts and the config, which was really cool. So thank you for that. And I just got it loaded on. The only thing I changed on your config was the fact that you had it set up for 3 blades. This is a 2-blade setup, basically, right? You've got your main blade here, which you've got stock V3s in here, by the way. And then your secondary or your second blade style is this crystal chamber in here. I was not able to fit the crystals that you sent. They were just way too long. So I have some double terminated clear quartz crystal. I have about 5 left, but I put one in here. It shows all the colors really nice, and it fit in there perfectly. So I hope you don't mind that, right? And then how to get to everything is you just want to open the handle. It is a very snug fit to get that 28 millimeter in there, but it's possible. You got to sand down the speaker just a hair. You could put a 24 millimeter in here, super easy, but if you can fit a 28, that's always preferred, right? So I got your Darkside speaker in here that you provided. Your Proffie board right here. This is held down with some E6000. So you can pop that up if you want. I mean, the good thing about E6000 is it's able to be pried up, but it stays nice and tight if you don't, right? And of course, you've got access to your USB here without ever moving the board, but you would need to pop it up to get to your SD card. And then a removable battery setup here. And then this is the chassis that I designed. Just tried to kind of mimic the actual vents in the saber up here and just run it all along the chassis. So I hope you appreciate that. And this is a 2-button setup. So your front switch or your top switch will be your activation, and your back switch over here will be your auxiliary. This switch setup is a little bit of a doozy to get right. So it's right now. It just took a lot of modifications of this piece right here. You just have to press a little bit hard on each one, and there's a sweet spot for your activation and your auxiliary. But you'll find that pretty easy after playing around with it for a little bit. All right, so we'll throw a battery in. I'm going to leave the sticker on the battery. The only thing I'd say is there's a metal strip. I've been saying this a lot lately. There's a metal strip that goes from one end of the battery all the way to the other. Just try to keep that out of the chassis. And actually what's best to do is not have it sticking straight out, but run it right along here. And that's the best to get everything to fit nice, right? And then the handle is snug, but just kind of turn it as you're putting it on, and then it'll lock right in for you. Now if I turn this off, you have your crystal pulsing. Hopefully you can see that right there. I know there's a little bit of light reflection. I held it right here. It's actually on a timer. You got a red crystal. You can see the crystal right there.
I have killed so many.
And now you can see it pulsing. Auxiliary over here.
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
And then if you wanted to hit activation right here, the LEDs are firing up. The saber's nice and loud. Twist off. We'll put a blade in it. It takes a 1-inch diameter neopixel blade. No, it doesn't. Sorry, it takes 7/8. It takes a 7/8 inch blade. So we'll throw that in here real quick. Lock it down. My 7/8 blade is sanded a little bit, but if you have a brand new one, you probably won't need to. It slides in nice, just nice and firm. You got battle mode. So the blade lock that moves up and down your blade until you pull away from it. You hit auxiliary. When hitting auxiliary, you're going to have to just mash. I mean, you don't have to hit it tough, but just don't come over here and press it lightly and think it's going to go off. You have to really press it first. one has a nice little something going on right here next to the emitter. And then an unstable crystal firing up.
Saber.
I think the next one might be ignition.
Wherever you are,
Nope.
you are hard to find.
The blade lock up. Soundtrack. Just a long press on the activation to get it to play. And then it's another long press to get it to stop. Just like that.
Supreme Leader. Darth Vader.
Ignition.
This might be the last one.
Meet a true Sith. So many.
I think we're back to the beginning. So we'll go ahead and we'll take the blade out. Everything's working like it should. This is a really solid saber. It's a fun build. Take that out real quick. Then super easy to take the battery out, right? We'll just want to unscrew the handle again. And then from the positive side of the battery over here by the speaker, you should be able to pop it out with your finger just like that. But that is basically your Ventress. Let me know if you got any questions. And if not, I will try to get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right? Thanks.